Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day today. I hope everybody's doing well. So let's talk about it. So over the weekend, I had my grandson come over, and I paid him to help me do some things around the house and stuff. And he's 18, out of high school, working. He's doing okay. So we were talking, and thinking about it, way back in the day, we took economics and all that stuff in school. So we were taught how to manage money, how to write checks, how to manage our bank accounts. We were taught that stuff. But the one thing we weren't really taught, my parents didn't really focus on, was retirement things. And nobody ever kind of pushed what to do for retirement and stuff. And I'm struggling now to make sure that I have enough to try to live off of when I do retire. So I'm talking to him, and I'm explaining to him, and my mother-in-law, she's standing there with me, and we're talking to him, and we're explaining to him that he's 18, and if he starts taking 10%, just 10% of his money that he makes and put it in a savings account and don't touch it. And once he hits $1,000 in there, take that $1,000, go to your bank and get a CD. And we explained that to him. You're not going to get a lot of interest off of it, 2.5%, 3%. It's not a lot. But you get the interest, you put it in a CD, and you don't touch that, and you let it accrue that money. Well, at the same time, you're still putting your 10% in. You get another $1,000, and you do this to where you've got $5,000 or $10,000 in CDs in your bank drawing money for you. But at the same time, you're still putting that 10% up. And after so long, when you get enough money, you get a fiduciary, you get somebody to help you learn to invest that money. You let them invest it for you, or you learn how to invest it. I kind of do my own thing, and I'm investing money. I have my IRA and stuff, and I'm investing, and I'm doing things because I was taught a lot, and I know how to research that stuff. But honestly, he wasn't taught these things. So we explained to him that if he does all this and he don't touch that 10% ever, because he's telling me he went and bought a $500 wallet. All you paid for was a name. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And he pays $300 for a pair of shoes and all this. I'm like, dude, you're killing me. Stop. Why would you want to spend that much money on something so stupid? A wallet is nothing more than a piece of leather that's going to last you maybe a year or two. That's a lot of money to spend. So we explained to him that if he does all this, by the time he's 55, 60, ready to retire, he'll have over $1 million in the bank to retire with. He thought we were nuts, but once we actually showed him and talked to him, he understood more. Parents, why aren't we teaching our kids this stuff? We're not educating these children so they actually have something. Every one of us have to work like dogs out here. I work 70 to 80 hours a week most times because I have to work all the extra stuff just to make a solid living. And I still don't have enough in retirement. And when I retire, I still won't have enough in retirement. I'll have to hope that everything's paid off, and God forbid anything ever happen and I have to buy another vehicle or something happens and now I'm stuck paying all this money out for something that I don't really need, but I'm going to have to. I won't have enough there to do that with. We need to think more on retirement at an earlier age. We need to be teaching these kids how to actually develop a portfolio and actually how to deal with all this stuff so they don't have to work as hard as we do. I mean, I get there's more options and things like that to work, but a lot of these jobs still aren't paying enough. And with the rise in pricing for everything going on and the taxes, y'all come on. We're going to have to stand up and do something, or our children aren't going to have a life to live. But the fact of the matter is, we need to teach these children how to actually do this. And at some point, if you're not planning for your retirement, you need to be. because I'm planning for mine, and I'm getting my ass handed to me every day, trying to just develop a little. I don't need a lot. I'm not that guy that needs everything, and I don't need to drive Mercedes, and I don't need all these top of the notch things, because think about this. You go buy these Infinities, these Mercedes, these BMWs, you're only paying for a name, because the maintenance on these things cost an arm and a leg. So you're going to have to pay for that. I would rather drive something that's not as expensive to work on and that doesn't cost me an arm and a leg to buy. Same thing with my clothes and shoes and all that stuff. I don't need top notch. I need something that's going to get me through and do what I need it to do, and that's be reliable. Guys, we got to stop and think. We're letting them control us, and it needs to stop, because retirement, Social Security, it's just not going to be there. They're taking every penny they can from us. But we need to start thinking for us. And think about this. You don't have to keep all your money in the bank. You don't. I know we're trying to go to this digital system and stuff, and I'm not going. I just will not go for that ride. So we're going to have to do something, because we need our children and our grandkids especially to know how to deal with all this, and we're not educating them in how to do this. If they start at a young enough age saving money, they're going to have something when they retire. And we need to make sure that we're helping them plan for that and get that done. Hey guys, love y'all. Have a great day. Talk soon. Like and share. Thank you.